It's the opening round of the NFL playoffs, and EA Sports continues its coverage of Super Wild Card Weekend. It's the Bears and the Hawks, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 22.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s. And they are in full roar as you get a look inside Lumen Field in Seattle. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Chicago Bears and the Seattle Seahawks. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. Take it in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. And, Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out. Finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. Shoves him aside, and he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. 53 yards rushing for him now as he has started this wild card round with a flourish. Well, we have seen some rookie running backs come in and have a big impact year one, and this guy would certainly fit that bill, as that was one heck of a run there.
And what I really enjoyed about that run and what made it so impressive to me was how he improvised along the way. Sometimes on a big play, you just get the football and you take off in a straight line and go. But this time, how about the artistry of that play? That looked a little bit like a Picasso to me.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12. Hands it off out of the gun. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's third and goal. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
It's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a fourth down. Well played.
So out now is the Seattle field goal team. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit. So every point is precious.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. So here are the Bears banked up to start their initial drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Let's face it, it doesn't matter if you're a rookie free agent or a 15-year vet. Guiding a team to victory on the road in the playoffs, that's no small feat. And it's going to be really important for him to play mistake-free football. But equally important, create some big plays as well to give his team confidence that they can win.
That catch good for only a couple.
Shut down, baby, yeah.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. From the gun, here's Fields. It's caught. Smith with a first down and more. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A give. This is Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he will have the Bears' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Out of the gun, Fields. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. One play action. Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now a run with Montgomery. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. To throw is Fields. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And a stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bears have taken the lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Cairo's goes Santos on to try the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. That one in the books as a 12-play drive.
And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 18. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bears take over.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
That's it, baby.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
Good sharp route right there. They're going to line him up out to the right, and since this is man coverage, his goal, find a way to get the defender to turn his hips. He's able to do so right there, and they get a connection for a 1st down.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play that time on the catch and run.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Now Fields.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. In on the sack, the former Buckeye, Tyquan Lewis.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now Fields on 3rd and goal. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
On is Santos for the Bears field goal. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Here's Moore. He will return it. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Here's a handoff out of the gun, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Wilson. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. 57 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, you normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied here in the second quarter. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A gain of 3, second down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. The Bears on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation, pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. The Bears on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 at this point. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Fields. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On is the punter Hawk as he gets this one away. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Eddie Goldman coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot. And they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Good luck trying to get your running game going against Ndamukong Suh. I mean, he is so strong. Just trying to move him, take 1 guy, 2 guys, whatever. I wish you a whole lot of luck. He usually converts an offensive running game into rubble.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. Onto the field now come the Bears. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Now a second down and 6. Fields now to throw. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game. Trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for first. Here's Fields. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize that.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Following the fumble recovery, Fields. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. On second down, Montgomery. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Montgomery. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Now Montgomery. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now it's Penny. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. They'll run for it with Montgomery. Oh, Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain. A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. Running for it, Montgomery. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. So Montgomery denied on 4th and goal. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. And to give this time to the tailback. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. But the Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's Fields. Open man is Komet, the tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Fields going to hurry his guys to the line. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Back to throw, Fields. Yeah, he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney as the first half is winding down. And the Bears have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. The touchdown all set up by the big play, one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Santos now to add the PAT. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and the end result is a Bears touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, BG, thanks very much. The playoffs are underway. What a weekend this is going to be. The first of 6 games set to be played. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to Sunday's action here in the NFC. A 4-5 battle that ought to be a tight one, as it's going to be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And you'll see they've continued to run the ball well. It's been a staple of theirs all year as they look to move forward in these playoffs. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, we take a look there at the numbers for them running the football in that first half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Darrell Taylor, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
To try again after the sack. Fields. Smith catches left side. The reception good for 7. It's third down. A shotgun snap, Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end Kmet. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. On 2nd and 9, Fields. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. Looking to throw. Fields. There's Mooney with another catch. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Back to throw. Fields. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A big play there on the catch and run. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. From the gun, here's Fields. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker.
This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's 3rd down. Fields on 3rd down. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Fields.
And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the 2nd half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
5 yards remain on 2nd down.
Now they'll run on the draw. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
90 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. A nice run right there, and we talk this time of year about certain teams, certain players who don't have a lot of postseason history to speak of. And here's a man right here in his rookie season in the NFL, and he's being asked to carry the load at running back for this offense.
And he has acquitted himself nicely here in his rookie year. And look, I think we both believe that the burden's a little lighter on backs and receivers than it is on quarterbacks in the playoffs. But that's not to say this is going to be easy. As fast as the NFL game is in the regular season, it's like warp speed when you turn pressure up in the postseason. So let's see how he handles things early.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. And he's got his target, Harris. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 32-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. 7 yards, the pickup there.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Bears' 12-yard line.
Now a handoff looking right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
And his kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense. And the numbers for the last drive, and he was perfect, which maybe isn't surprising because he has not missed a pass in this game yet.
And it lets you know just how precise things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect because that means the line's blocking really well. No one's dropping any of the passes thrown to them, and the quarterback is accurate. It's almost like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game, isn't it? He's the principal guy, but he needs a lot of help.
Time to find out if he can keep that perfect game going here, partner. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
He was taken down at the 50.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
From the 50, here's Fields. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fields. Complete. Smith has it. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Montgomery back to the ground. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
He's brought down at the 31. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Fields. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Smith. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this will be caught by Mooney. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Once more Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery punching it in from a yard away. And the Bears continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Santos with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now. He's got a man complete, and all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's Wilson to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be a second down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Hands it off out of the gun. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop him short of a first down.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And this one is right through. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
The Chicago offense set to get started. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Now, that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop?
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
On first down, Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so. That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A give. This is Montgomery. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. To throw is Fields. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Now Fields. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, Or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Esker's going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Now we will get another look at Seattle's offense. Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan. Now Wilson on first down. It's brought in by Harris. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 32-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson, and incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 4 yards remain for 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 31-yard line. Now Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 15-yard line. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 88 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They'll run on first down. Montgomery, not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.